Hello everyone, Time to Grind here, and today as part of, more of our TTG Halloween, we got Mr. Skeleton and everything, we're playing another new horror game. This time, it's called The Tower of Madness. It seems like it's like under an hour game total, and we play as a cowboy going in like this psychological horror thing, and it's actually made by, someone that's in our community a lot and stuff, and it was just a game that looked like it was perfect for me, so we're gonna check it out and just jump right into it. Disclaimer, or here, I'll wait.
To the voice in my head.
Yes.
I had to watch him die.
What? Okay, that was a little bit sudden, but you know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I warned you. Seek me out, and we can undo that which torments you.
Here, can I change the, something? Okay. So for some reason, the camera is a little bit interesting. Well, I'm sure we'll get used to it. Maybe I just need to... It feels, if I had to guess... Yeah, it seemed like, yeah, they died to some bugs or something. It feels like the game has mouse acceleration on by default, and I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, I despise mouse acceleration. Like when I move the mouse, it takes times for it to move there. But jump in the well. What if I don't want to jump in the well? So yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this game. If it is super scary and stuff like that, then I'm sure we will, we'll scream, we'll get loud, and stuff like that. This is not a I got an achievement, attempt to jump with spacebar, and I got an achievement called "This is not a platformer." But I scream really yell. So if I'm already loud now, but yeah, we're gonna jump in the well. Huh. And this is definitely like an indie, an indie game, indie experience, so, some of that kind of stuff might show up, so I'm going to definitely, on top of I'm just experiencing it and stuff, we might have some constructive criticism and stuff like that. But yeah, the movement on the close pretty cool. I was given a free copy, by the way. This isn't sponsored or anything. It just genuinely looked like a game that I wanted to check out. But I did get a free copy. There's a statue over there. Looks like a person. Yeah, they look like giants. Exactly, yeah.
Welcome, lost soul, to the endless night of my desolate prison.
Just tell me where to find you.
So be it. Follow my crows.
Where are your crows? Where'd they go? I already lost them. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume up here. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. I heard that. Can I change the FOV? Cannot. I feel like the camera is so close to this character. Okay, there's rocks. It's like there's so much of this stuff I want to see, but the camera's like so zoomed in. Oh, hi. Okay. Oh. 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 Are we already soft? Oh. You found Wilhelm. So there's the Wilhelm scream. Okay. What if I go down here? Nope. Okay. I'm genuinely curious if this game is going to be able to scare me. I know the Wilhelm scream kind of pulls you right out of it, right? The immersion. But we're just at the beginning here, so we'll see. We'll see. My tolerance for scary things is definitely yeah, gotten it. Serious visuals really don't match the funny sound effects. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Oh. So now we're upside down. Interact with the mysterious glowing red glyph. So we're upside down. Loading screen. Well, oh. What the? Oh, okay.
Gaze upon you through their old bodies. Descend the tower with haste. Allow them not to defeat all the beast.
Are they going to attack me? What if I don't take your advice? Are you going to attack me? And who are you? Like, what is happening? Yeah, I think the loading screens kind of take me out.
He is here. Let not fear consume you.
I got my gun. I'll be just fine.
Oh god, I like that.
For you will need all your bullets for me.
Do not use your gun, for you will need all your bullets for me. Yeah, maybe I can increase... No. Yeah, there are some parts that are a little bit... Notes. Okay. Yeah, the camera is so zoomed in.
Gather the shards of my essence and sever the chains of this eternal.
Find your first piece of divinity to break out of the infinity loop. Okay, is this gonna be some of the lore here? The breaking of minds. We are losing ourselves in the passage of time. Our minds, once steadfast, are now breaking under the eternal struggle against his influence. The tower itself twists and turns, reflecting our shattered psyches. Rooms shift, corridors loop, and the very fabric of this place warps to the will of Hexatus Zalketh. It is no longer a prison, but a labyrinth, a reflection of the madness that is taking root within us. We are the wardens of this place, yet we are as much prisoners as the God we seek to contain. Should you find yourself within these walls, know that the escape is but a fleeting hope. The tower does not let go of its prey. Edward Dunwick, 1905. Okay. Yeah, it's so dark. People in my chat saying unrendered lighting. Yeah, I don't know too much. I definitely probably agree with you guys. I don't know like the actual terms and stuff like that of that. I think my biggest complaint so far is with like the camera and the how close it is to the character. And the smoothness of the moving of the mouse. And I also just don't really know what's going on, to be honest. But here, let's see. It just keeps cutting to cut. It keeps cutting to black. This is like the 15th. What?
Why have you taken me back here?
This was when I first warned you, and you turned a deaf ear.
This wasn't your day. I wasn't ready to believe in a voice in my head.
Every day is mine. I am your god and your devil.
Why didn't you save her?
It was you who failed us.
Oh, what? We're back here? Heard something. What? So this is another finger. Let's see here. Nope, not there. Is it the other door? So we have some sort of voice in our head. It seems like our wife died. And that's pretty trippy. So I just keep going down the same hallway? Maybe it's a oh no, yeah, here's already another finger. Yeah, there was like a slight spider jump scare. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Some quick time events here. The jump scares don't work when it keeps cutting to black.
Wake up, John. You must move now or be devoured.
What?
Where am I?
There is not time for questions. The creature is not far. Break free. I lend you strength.
Oh, oh, oh. Okay, okay, okay. What? Like, some of the monster modules are pretty cool. Rip that guy. Okay, can't go through that. Find a key. Find your first key. Okay, we need 3 keys. This part's kind of cool. Feels so empty and it's kind of creepy, honestly. You probably enjoy this game way more high. And like, can I still not go through these doors? There's the other key. Yeah, and so yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this Dev, this is his first like horror game too, so it honestly is pretty cool for a first one. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, everyone's talking about there being more rendering on the graphics and visuals. I don't 100%. I kind of know what that means. I just don't understand fully the context. So I don't know if I can give that advice. But yeah, the cutting to black, I can definitely. Cutting to black is rough. Oh, here's another note. The bargain with demons. Our mortal forms cannot endure the task of eternal vigilance. We are bound by duty, yet the years grow heavy and the body frail. We tried many methods, arcane wards, enchantments to slow aging, and even alchemical concoctions, but each failed us. Thus, in desperation, we seek the only means left to us, to infuse our souls within the flesh of demons. Our bodies are to be cast aside like withered husks, and we will become something less and yet far more than man. The transformations will come at a terrible cost. The demonic forms we inhabit will hunger for chaos, for violence. We who once held noble intentions will be warped, our minds twisted. This grotesque merging will split our very essence, reflected in the monsters that will wander these halls. The clown-faced spider that will stalk the dark places, that will be me, Edgar Dunwich. I was once a man of wisdom, but I know my laughter will turn hollow, echoing through the labyrinth abyss. I know not how much of my humanity will remain. Once I make the transformation, I hope to retain enough to still fulfill my duty, but I fear the darkness will claim all that I am. Edgar. So is that the same person? It is. Yeah, maybe more monsters or enemies or something. Because as of right now, there might be more. So we're still looking for one more key. There's those eyes over there. Oh. Oh. On the ceiling. Oh, okay, this is kind of creepy. We're in the ceiling. Yeah, the music could loop better. Yeah. Is there gonna be a spider that comes from right there? Yep. I'm running my animation. I'm running so slow. Are you not scared of a really slow spider? Oh geez, wait a minute. Bum, 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 bum. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Shit! No. Okay. Where did it put me? Wait. Do I have to get all the keys again? Yeah, no Wilhelm scream on the murder. I have to get all the keys again. Damn. Damn. Now we know what we're scared of, losing progress, right? The true horror, no save states. I also feel so slow for some reason. So now we need to go back up. Okay, we're gonna go grab the key. Visuals of the game really good, but it doesn't have tension. The pacing cuts extreme fast, leaves you 5 minutes in a barren environment. Yeah, that's why I was like super drawn to the game to begin with. Was I was like, ooh shit, psychological horror that's short, that cowboy, and it's all trippy. And, like the visuals looked really cool. I was like, fuck yeah, you know. Do we think this guy's gonna kill the spider, or we should go to the tower? I think that's probably just a visual. I feel like I just go in the tower if I had to guess. Shit, dude, he's catching up to me. Fuck, dude. Okay, maybe that one thing does eat him. That would be kind of clever, because it would have required us to have seen that thing earlier. How did it get through? How are you getting? What? Okay, so he just doesn't have a hitbox. That's okay. He just phases through walls. Music's cool though, yeah, I agree. Shoot, what the fuck? Shoot, dodge spider. Right? I was, what the fuck? I don't like, yeah, the quick time events just really pull you out of things. Like, we need suspense if it's gonna be a psychological horror game, I think. Definitely gonna go to the flower. The fuck is that? That's kind of actually scary. What is that? But they all, everything just goes. Oh, is that a ghost? What the fuck? Okay. This is the most scared we've been. Yeah, the sound it's made was pretty fucking scary. That was actually pretty scary. I don't know where I should go though. Oh god, it's coming. But it does just feel like we just keep cutting to different things, yeah. Okay, I will say it's starting to kind of scare me a little bit. See, it's building the tension here. The heartbeat, the sounds. It's building the tension here. But then it's like, when are these doors gonna break open, right? Oh, fuck this. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? I'm just so confused sometimes. Solid dream. Hope I'm not going backwards. And I like the concept of going, that was generally a good start to a jump scare. What happened? I don't know. I think it tried to like flip us back upside down. And I do think there's multiple endings to this game. I was told that there's...
You sought to silence my voice with drink.
You drove me to the bottle, turned me into a bad husband and a worse father. I couldn't believe you were real.
In your disbelief, he welcomed the chaos that followed.
See, but you can't immediately have a meaningful moment and then cut away and the music immediately stops. Some of these sounds are genuinely scary, though. I honest to God think that this game maybe just needed more time in the oven. You know what I mean? Like, if this game had just been worked on for like another year or something. Though I totally get if it's a, you know, indie dev, you know, trying to, you know, learn lessons and stuff like that, which it is, you know, definitely makes sense. But I think a lot of the issues with the polish, I think. How come the cowboy doesn't have a revolver? Apparently we're saving our bullets for the final boss. The tower's cursed. The tower itself is becoming influenced by Hecatus Zalcathus' will. We believed we were constructing a cage, a fortress to contain him. While it locks his body in place, it only puts a leash on his power and mind. His spirit can slip out and influence those near the tower, entering their thoughts and bending them to his will. The tower is not entirely his domain, but it is not entirely free from his influence either. His whispers echo through its halls and his influence grows, but the tower still stands as a prison, a fragile boundary between the world and the abyss. The stones hum with his power and the shadows move at times to his command, yet they also bear the sigils of our binding. The lights we bring, the lanterns and candles we place are but futile attempts to push back the darkness. The tower hungers for souls, for despair. We are but servants to its insatiable need, and it will claim us all one by one. Okay. I feel like some of the lore is trying to be like really clever, and it makes it hard to understand. So we can't jump. And we're in like a tower? Cowboy tower? We're a cowboy in a tower. Finger. There's a dead skeleton shop, boy. The rite of binding. To those who shall follow in our footsteps, the chosen few who will inherit the mantle of guardianship. The entity imprisoned within is no mere beast nor man, but a god of the dark abyss, a presence both unholy and eternal. We call it Hecatus Zalketh, a name derived from the whispers it speaks in the dead of the night. We build this tower as a prison, each stone imbued with arcane sigils forged from a pact sealed with our very lives. Its power is bound only by the strength of our collective will. Yet as the years stretch into eternity, our minds grow weak. We know that our time is limited and that others will have to take our place to continue this eternal watch. Be steadfast, for should this prison be breached, the devourer will grant no mercy and the world will fall in the darkness. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I just don't have the IQ to fully comprehend all these big words. Like, I understand what they're trying to say, but it's not coming together. It's intriguing. Once again, I could totally see, right, trippy concepts of revisiting the same corridors and over and over and over, building the tension. But yeah, any tension that's built is pretty immediately. Yeah, and it also does, I agree with that. It feels like the lore of the notes are trying to do something Lovecraftian. When it feels like, yeah, this game maybe didn't need that, I don't know. Okay, we're locked in here. Oh my god! Okay, you jump scared me. What was that though? What? What? So it got me. It got me good, but then it like did this weird animation of me running out the door, and then like we kind of just stand here, and then like he should be banging, rah, rah, rah. Like he should be banging on this fucking door. Why is he just standing there like a dumb fuck? I don't understand. It got me. But yeah, which is what we're doing, right? So this is, you know, we're playing it, we're giving our feedback. But yeah, it does feel a bit incomplete. Cause I don't know, I feel like horror games of all games, right? When you're playing a roguelike, if it's janky and it's a little bit weird, but it's fun, you can have fun. But if a horror game is janky, it breaks the immersion immediately. And yeah, the camera jank and everything. I feel like horror games, I feel like you need, the polish has to be there for a horror game. You know? It has to be there. If you do not have polish in a horror game, then I don't know. It won't land in my opinion. Cause like I'm looking if the doors are gonna open this time. It's it's really cool. There's some really cool concepts. Now I'm like, oh, what's that? I hear something. Is the door gonna open? And the tension is building. Like and it's like, oh shit. So now is there gonna be something that scares me? Oh, the blood's red. Why is the water red? Is something gonna jump out at me? Like, this is really cool. Plus side is the horror is the type of the game you're probably going to get the most technical feedback on. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Some amount of jank is fine if it's intentional, but this game's jank makes you miss out on scares. I mean, yeah, like obviously, it's one of those things you need to follow the rules before you break the rules, right? Like, yeah, would jank be super cool for certain horror games? Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. But I don't know. I think there's some certain sins, like as an example, the biggest sin I'm feeling from the game right now, I felt it like literally the second we started playing. The game's got like mouse acceleration. Like I move my mouse, and when my mouse is done moving, it's like the camera continues to slide. And so there's a couple just things that just are constantly, it's hard for me to get immersed. Been in this hallway for a while. Yeah, like the music.
Don't repeat the mistakes of your past.
Is this my dominatrix? Ain't no use in, and I don't know why there's big spaces. Ain't no use in looking back now. What's done is done. I wasn't the one who murdered everyone. What in the fuck are they talking about? And you posed, and you're supposed to be the all-powerful god?
And yet you refused my counsel. You chose to ignore, to turn back on me. That is why they died.
You keep saying I had a choice, but you were never clear about what you wanted from me. Just kept whispering, driving me mad.
Mad? No, John. I was offering you clarity, a way out, but you drowned yourself in liquor and lies instead of facing the truth. This is Leia. You must remember the importance of conserving your bullets.
Hey, that's why it keeps giving me the option to shoot or not, and I keep not. And why do you want me to shoot you again?
So that I can be free, and I can give you the burden of my power.
Like textures popping in and out. Oh my god, fine. Okay, so we're doing the key thing again. And it's like so hard for me to see everything because, like, see, that is trippy as hell. That is so trippy, but it's so hard to see because, like, half of the screen is taken up by Mr. Cowboy, man. Oh my god! Okay, okay. Okay. What's over here? Nothing. Oh. Oh. Just flashed and I saw his ass. Where did the key go? How many keys do we need? We need 3 again. So that's their footsteps, probably. So now we're upside down. Oh, Lord. What? What? Okay, there's a second key. So we need 3 keys total. Because I gotta say, like, because of the camera, like, just even looking through rooms is sometimes a chore. Like, I'm fighting the camera. Another note, the nature of sacrifice. Sacrifice is at the core of our existence. We sacrifice our lives, our bodies, and our souls to keep Hexatis Zalketh imprisoned, yet sacrifice is a double-edged blade. It cuts not only those who offer it, but those for whom the sacrifice is made. We destroy the innocent to protect this world, but in doing so, we forge hatred and resentment, a hatred that may one day threaten to undo everything we fought for. Should someone find themselves here, they must understand the weight of their decision. The power to save or destroy rests upon a knife's edge. The price of power is steep, and the cost of freedom even greater. We pay our price, and now it falls to you to decide whether it was worth it. want to see if the other key's up here before we go to the other... We go back to this ground. Okay, it's probably back down there. Just don't want to die. I have to get all the keys again. Fuck. So if I hit a dead end... What the f- No, okay, so see, just everyone walks through the map. Why are they walking through walls? The ghost snake made sense. What the fuck? What the f- No, that's not fair. That's absolutely not fair. That's absolutely not fair. Absolutely not fair. That actually kind of upsets me. Because it's not gonna redo it all again. Because they can walk through walls. Maybe that's intended, but it... Like, and I like them having their heartbeat to determine if you're near them, but... Dude, I don't know where this other fucking key is. Found a grave. The fuck, is this a save point? What? Did we somehow figure out what a save point was? No, because we still don't have the fucking keys. So what is happening? Maybe that's just where we respawn and I never saw that? I don't know if you can hear it very well, but there is a heartbeat as they get closer. So we know there's one more up there. So there's the same on the ceiling and on the ground. There's... Can I use this to look at the keys? I don't see any keys. It's like, shit, I just want to, like, get past this. The footstep SFX isn't linked to your animation. Oh, true. I'm gonna keep noticing that now. Where's this goddamn key? Yeah, the coat's like that because we're upside down technically. So that at least makes sense. Where the fuck is this key? Okay. We still don't know where the other one is, though. Fuck those guys running through the fucking wall. Like, I have no clue. And I can't look up. The key was the friends we made along the way. Are you wait! It's right there. So I think I need to go through the different portal to get access to those locked rooms? What the f- What?
So
I think I accidentally skipped past it.
the final reckoning.
Okay.
Indron. My power is yours to
I just spawned behind the locked door.
How do I know I can trust you?
It's not about trust, John. It's about what you must do. Look around you. A world of chaos, of loss. You could end it. You could save them.
Save them? You want me to believe that shooting you is gonna make things right?
Righteousness.
We saved
What
our
a
bullets.
quaint notion. No, John. Shooting me will not make things right. It will make you right. Right to wield the power. Needed to right it all. To bring back those you love.
All right, so be it. Shoot. These mini games. These. What?
John.
So, I mean, first of all, you know, like, obviously, like, this was a, you know,
Listen closely. I need your help.
one of their first
Together,
games.
we can recover what was lost. Power, it belongs to me, and I will take it back.
So obviously there's like, I guess 2 different endings or something. There's 3 different total endings. And stuff like that. I mean, I gotta say, definitely a really cool first attempt for horror. I think my general opinion is that, one, I think that the game is trying to do a little bit too much. I think it should have just focused on like, I think, like, you can tackle all these different things, like, oh, what was it? Like, did you have a wife that died and have some real issues mixed with the horror world? But then we're also mixing in the lore of the Cthulhu shit, and then we we keep jumping back and forth, and the transitions are a little bit jarring, you know? So I think either one, it needed more time to flesh everything out, or it needed to maybe just like make a really because when I saw the visuals of this game, the reason I really wanted to play it was, one, because it was a member of our community, Justin Six, and I wanted to see what kind of things our community's making and stuff like that, you know. But I thought it was gonna just be a really, really trippy, kind of horror psychological thing in this weird shifting tower, and you get to play as a cowboy, and I thought that would add a little bit of humor and lightness to the horror atmosphere. And those aspects of the game I liked. I liked the visuals. I do agree with some of the people. I think some of the stuff was a little underbaked. There were textures popping in and out, and things were really dark. It was hard to see to an extent, even though it's a horror game. You want horror or darkness, you know, but still, but like when it did some of the weird like hallway things, and you going through the same hallway a couple times in a row, and it gets weirder and weirder, reminds me of that tech demo that everybody was obsessed with, that PlayStation tech demo where you go down hallways and, you know, it's real creepy and stuff like that. So I really like that, but then I genuinely think a big part of the problem was just the polish, right? I think me immediately feeling weird about the camera angle and about how the mouse worked, and just the camera control and how you move the mouse, right, with it feeling like there was maybe mouse acceleration on or something. I know that's a very niche thing, but everything was just so zoomed into the character, I couldn't even see the creepy atmosphere that the game was trying to do. And then the couple times that there was tension, it genuinely was building the tension to me at times. It genuinely scared me once or twice, but it then immediately threw away all the horror when there was just an extremely janky animation that kind of killed the immersion, or we went through the cutscenes, or I personally, I don't think I ever want a quick time event in a horror game. I don't know if I definitely am different. Some other people, right? Like I know there's some of those really like Sony horror games that are real heavy on quick time events, but I think if you're gonna do them, it needs to feel, you still need to be immersed into it, because it would take a really scary moment, and then we would teleport to where we weren't even anyways. Like, you could tell they were like pre-baked, you know, things. So we would get teleported, which would be jarring, and it would kill the immersion. And then it would show up some, I hate to say it, but pretty rudimentary UI with the QuickTime events. And I mean, those kind of things just immediately killed the immersion, you know? Have a QuickTime event in VR horror games, yeah. The hard cut for the intro is also super rushed. Yeah, and so like just the notes, I feel like we're being too huzzah, you know, using big language and stuff like that. And I think there was just a lot of different things. What I would have liked from this, and from future games from Justin Six, or maybe this game if it gets updated or something, I don't know, is I wanted, like, the notes were fine. I think maybe just make them not about Cthulhu, make them about the fucking terrors. I want the notes to be describing to me a first-hand count of someone that's trapped in this tower. I want to meet a character or two that have been trapped in this tower for ages, right? I want the Tower of Madness, since it's called Tower of Madness. I want the Tower of Madness and the horrors that are in the Tower of Madness that are changing and doing all of these things. I want that to be scary. I want the lore to be about what fucky things going on in the tower, right? I don't want to then start hearing about Cthulhu, you know, in my opinion. I understand. I understand a lot of horror games really like going to real issues, you know, grief and depression and alcoholism, but you need to flesh that out. It can't be like just 10% of the story is that. Like, you need to, I don't know, it just didn't ever feel tied in. I get that, like, this is all maybe an allegory for someone fighting with their demons in their mind and stuff, and I get that, but it's just hard to have that experience when it's kind of jarring to begin with, you know? I want the Tower of Madness to make us all go mad. Yeah, like, so, but overall, I mean, pretty promising. I really like the visuals, the art style and stuff like that. I think if it's worked on, could make for a really cool, future horror game or something like that. So not trying to be too harsh, just, want to give constructive criticism when I can and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a fun time. So, fun to, check out and give some feedback and stuff. We did genuinely get scared like 2 times or 3 times there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe, ring that bell like all the big boy YouTubers say to be notified. All the other spooky games coming out. Check out our spooky games playlist. Mr. Skeleton, everything like that. We've had a lot of fun. There'll be a horror compilation coming out on, Halloween itself. So check out that, all the other spooky games as well. If you're going to be grinding some Tower of Madness on your own, then I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you all next time.